This is Kalen Caron Vasquez from DivingDragonGames.com and YourCardSleeves.com, and I'm here with an update regarding my new die press. Now, I'll be the first to admit, in its former incarnation, it needed a lot of work. Whenever I would extend the jack, it would flex the top, making it look like it was going to rip apart, and it really scared me a lot. I didn't get that many tests in before I said, you know what, we're going to shelve this for a little while, and, well, I took it off the shelf and got to work. Now, as you'll notice at the very top, I do not have the jack mounted up there any longer. I opted instead to place the base of the jack on whatever I'm cutting, or at least the backer plate for my die, which you can see there, nice 1/4-inch thick piece of steel. That's where the jack will sit when I do a pressing, and at the top, where it was flexing and distending, I have since fastened 3/8 of an inch thick steel plates. And yes, just like the rest of the frame, I did have to cut that with a hacksaw because my rotary tool was just not up to the task. My arm really, really hurts. Oh, also in case you're wondering, I did go and get a socket that will fit the bolts at the top. Came in very handy, so the bolt at the top there, on the other side, and on each of the lower ends are all fastened nice and tightly, so it will handle quite a lot of pressure without coming loose. I've already tested. You can see that little stack there next to the press. And I will say now that my current record is 72 pieces of newsprint. Much better than the 5 pieces that I was getting with this little guy. 5 pieces that were of dubious quality. Works great for tests, but if you don't hit the die just right, they slide, and you'll be lucky if you can get a second strike without ruining your product. Whereas this was 72 pieces that look beautiful. And yes, the reason I went to make this die press was, though the hammer was working for testing, ultimately it was too slow and not reliable enough. This method has only given me an issue once in all the testing I've been doing, but that was because the stack of paper I was trying to press was too thick to fit inside the die. And it's not going to cut if you do that. I got most of it though. But I could sit here and tell you about that all night. I would much rather give you a demonstration. So what I've got here, now this is totally off the cuff. I have not pre-cut this paper whatsoever. This is just a free local newspaper. It is, let's see, all there, and we're dealing with 84 pages thick. And so if I can make it through this, it's my new record. So this is how the setup works. None of this is trade secret. And hey, if you want to go out of your way to build one of these, I actually might post an Instructable in the near future. I will say that there are some areas where it can use some reinforcing and some added safety, and I will give you proper measurements so that you don't have to go back and rejigger a few things like I did. Measure twice, cut once. I measured once and cut twice. That was not a good time. Anyway, so I've got my extra thick stack of newspaper. Let's just slide this in there. Place the die on. Put the backer plate on. This is actually quite important. I'm hoping you can hear me now, because though I got my tripod from my old place, I was lax and completely forgot to get my other microphone. So I'm depending on the cell phone mic. And I wish I had a better camera. Alright. Car jack. Yes, I do still use the car jack. Nice electric car jack, so there we go. Got purchase. That sounded like it made it all the way through. Let's find out. Oh. Didn't quite make it. Let's give it another shot. Hey, from that sound, it seems the frame holds all the pressure it can give. So I think you did a better job on the frame than I thought. Alright, so... Oh! Huh, I was wrong. Made it all the way through. So... 84 pages of newsprint, right there. That's my new record. You know I'm not going to be satisfied until I break this record now. So give me a sec to clean out this die. And my cat has stolen my chair. Oh, and I'm also going to be modding the die. I'm going to be drilling a hole in the back so that I can just pop a dowel in there. Things you realize after the fact, right? Alright. So, alright. There we go. All identically cut. All really nice. Let's see. For this occasion, I grabbed one more from the newsstand, a nice Red Eye, a local Chicago paper. Now, this one's only 56 pages thick, but let's go ahead and double down. So we'll go for 112 sheets. Pop that on. And another beauty of this backer plate is that it centers and it applies enough weight to press down the substrate so that I can get everything installed. Alright. And press. I'm going to try not to grind it so much. Alright. What do we get? I did not make it all the way through this time, but... Actually, didn't make it through that much at all.
Sorry for the jump cut, everybody. Turns out that sickening pop you heard earlier in the video, that was the sound of the gears inside or one of the gears, I should say, inside the car jack stripping a couple of teeth. As you can see right there. For some reason, the engineer that designed this thought it would be a great idea to put plastic gears inside of something meant to lift an automobile. So, I will be replacing those in the, well, next day or so. Fortunately, they're a pretty standard size, and I can go out to a local RC hobby shop and pick up a couple of replacements. Those will probably be either Kevlar or, if I'm lucky, cast aluminum. Either way, they will be stronger than what was put inside of this machine, so I can have it back up and running by Monday. So, good news there. Now, like I said before, this has been made to reduce spoilage, increase speed, and overall get things running smoothly. Now that I've got this puppy made, there is nothing stopping me from getting these sleeves done. My printing works, my ink's been replaced, I've got a cutting mechanism, I've got a sealing mechanism, I've got the fronts, I've got the backs. I've got a restock on my clear coat. So once I get these gears replaced, like I said, I should have them in by Monday. I will be printing, cutting, and shipping. I don't think there is one among you that wants to get this project rolling forward any faster more than I do, because yes, every delay has led to frustration amongst you. Every delay has led to even more frustration to me, added to that a lot of embarrassment. So once again, I'd like to apologize for it taking so long. That's what I get for choosing a project where I basically have to give myself a crash course in chemical engineering and now mechanical engineering. Fortunately, I at least know a bit about that. But this is Kalen Caron Vasquez from DivingDragonGames.com and YourCardsleeves.com saying wish me luck and signing off.